You know, sometimes it's like we speak completely different languages. I want to make sure that I understand this. You want to date me?
If you have to put a label on it, go ahead. It's what I'm trying to say is, I realize that after what happened between us the last time we were together, it's like putting a cart, before the...
And so what exactly makes you think that we should date?
Your arrogance is a thing of wonder. How dare you come pleading Jason's case to me? If it hadn't been for you, none of us would be in this situation. Fine, blame me. Take your anger on me. I don't care. Just don't lose focus on the stakes. Jason's freedom. His life is on the line, and if you use your testimony to get revenge, this is not going to turn out
Check out the monitor. Someone's shooting at Amelia and Jason.
I don't see why you're so surprised. I mean, it was the obvious next step after we got so close the other night. The concept of us spending some quality time together, like me taking you to a fancy restaurant, having a good meal, shouldn't seem so foreign to you now.
Okay, what happened between us wasn't some grand act of romantic destiny. It was... I took my boss's sex enhancement pills by mistake. They threw my hormones into overdrive, and I became aggressive towards you in a way that I wouldn't have normally been for...
A month? 2?
I was going to say for anyone. Well, actually, especially that night, because my presence was requested. It was expected.
Right.
At an important charity function.
Okay.
No, that reminds me. I'm going to have to now send I'm going to have to send a bigger donation now.
Sex, drugs, I don't care. Something significant changed between us after we did the deed. Okay? You gonna tell me that you deny that?
Sonny.
What?
We're not teenagers.
Well...
What? Sex happens between 2 consenting adults all the time. Doesn't have to be a big thing.
What if I wanted to be?
How do we get from Mrs. Feinberg's condition to me sleeping with your mother?
You know what? Forget I said anything. It is so none of my business, and you and my mother are way over 18.
What's where you go with that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean you're old geezers or anything. I just mean you're old enough to do what you want and know what you're doing.
Well, you certainly aroused my curiosity. Look, I know this hospital for a long time has been a breeding ground for rumor and innuendo. Okay? Has someone been saying I've been sleeping with your mother?
Oh, just please stop saying that.
Well, you brought it up.
I blurted it out. There's a difference.
Well, either way, it's obviously on your mind. I'd like to know how it got.
Okay, you know what? It doesn't matter. Robin's already made the only one relevant point. You and Anna are adults, which means you should have enough wisdom to not be involved for one simple reason. Your children are.
right?
I don't know. Hold on. Can you see Amelia?
Yeah, I mean, she's there. It's just hard to tell what's going on. Oh, please, God, don't let Jason be ahead. What are we looking at? It looks like someone was shooting at Jason when they were transferring him back from Pentonville.
Oh my God, my daughter Coop could be there. Coop, it's Maxie. Call me as soon as you get this. I want to know you're okay. I think someone's trying to kill Jason Morgan outside the police station.
I don't think they're trying to kill him. I think they're trying to break him free.
This stunt isn't worthy of you, Miss Miller. But then again, I have seen how ethical attorneys seem to misplace their moral compass once they start representing Son of Corinthos.
You are now going to lecture me on ethics and morality? Don't let me interrupt you, because I need a good laugh.
Let's just stop the lawyerly dance, okay? Clearly, this was some feeble attempt to try and break Jason out. Now, if you have any information, you better share it with me right now in court.
Don't insult my intelligence. You're the one who chained my client like a rabid dog. You are the one who made sure that everyone in this town knew exactly when you'd be parading him by this police station. You may as well painted a target on his back.
I believe that's called deflecting.
Okay, you are so terrified that you're not going to win a conviction in court. You set Jason up like a sitting duck for his enemies, hoping that one of them would take him out. And don't pretend you did.
Oh, so
You're
this
not
is my
bullying
fault.
anybody because everybody knows how
You
you
need
work.
to get
You
all
know
over
what?
the place.
You're
You
not
need to
going to kill
relax.
Jason.
The station is in lockdown. Nobody is going anywhere.
Lucky, you get out there and you protect Jason because you owe him.
Is everybody okay? All clear. Put the gun down. Don't make me say it again.
All right. Time to nip this in the bed. Bud, look, with all due respect to you, what Anna and I do or don't do is none of your business. Okay? You have no right to make obnoxious demands or ask improper questions. I mean, don't you guys have something better to do?
That's it. They're definitely sleeping together.
Yep, he's on his way over there as we speak. I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. Anyone with eyes can see that my mother glommed onto this whole Eli Love impersonation project. Because Eli wasn't available to her in a sexual way, she latched on to the next best thing. Your poor, unsuspecting father.
Poor unsuspecting? Well, don't be fooled. If anybody's taking advantage of this situation, it's my father, the lady killer. I mean, before my mother was around, he was notorious. We all know how a roving eye never settles.
Is that a fact?
Okay, you know what? Cast that evil eye somewhere else. This isn't about me. I'm afraid the whole Eli Love thing is turning my father into a monster.
Again, I'm flattered that our night together meant so much to you, but at the risk of sounding callous, I really need to
Here's a suggestion. Why don't you drop the airs for a second and get real?
Okay, define real.
Just, you know, let your guard down. Stop working so hard at being Kate Howard, who's better and classier than I am. Look, I mean, I'm not asking you to act like you did in high school because I know that's not who you are anymore. I want to get to know who you become. It's not like I'm saying, hey, you know, change your life for me. Just drop some of the walls down, you know, take them down.
Okay, I think I'm
sorry. I gotta take this. Yeah.
You need to get down here to the PCPD post haste. Either someone just tried to kill Jason or your plan to break him out just blew up in your face.
This man's been shot. We need an ambulance. Never mind. He's dead.
You heard that? Guard's dead. Hey, Rodriguez, what do you got?
The other guard took a bullet in the leg. We got 3 dead shooters. He says he's some kind of sharpshooter. No wonder Sonny keeps you employed.
All right, I want you guys to stay with Patrick for the ambulance. Let's get this prisoner inside.
Jason, you let me talk to him or you can throw me in jail.
That can be arranged.
We talk to him.
Carly, calm down.
Permanent interrogation 1.
We're gonna get you out of here. Jason, we're gonna get you out
Carly,
of here. Listen to me. I know that this is very upsetting, but Jason is in the safest possible place he could be at the moment. No one can get to him in lockup. Except for Rick. Yes, well, there is that.
One of our guards were killed. We also have 3 dead assailants. Reports say that Morgan took them out with one of our guards' gun.
Well, it looks like we can add 3 more charges of murder.
No, Carly, don't. Don't.
Well, thank God my dad and Coop were in the field when all that happened. But can we talk about Jason? He was handcuffed and shackled and being shot at from every direction. He still walked away without a scratch. What is he, like Superman?
What? What? Aren't you relieved Lucky didn't get hurt?
Of course I am.
Really? Just it's hard to tell.
Is that wardrobe for the Metro Corp boutique?
Yeah, obviously Amelia can't check it out, but you could just tell me where to drop it off.
Found it.
Jason could have died, and all you can do is taunt me? You don't deserve him. You never did. I have had just about enough of your preaching and posturing. Get out of my studio.
Gladly. But a word of caution before I go.
If you use your testimony to get revenge on Jason, you may feel vindicated in the moment, but when the consequences sink in, you will hate yourself more than you've ever hated me.
Sam, you're not actually thinking of testifying against Jason, are you?
Thank you. I need some answers. What the hell just happened out there? Did you know that that was coming? Did Sonny set this up?
Those guys weren't trying to free me. They were trying to kill me.
And they very nearly succeeded. All right. What's your take?
Alcazar's men avenging his death.
Okay, here's what troubles me. Video footage now exists of you gunning down 3 men despite being shackled and handcuffed. That is compelling proof that you are a trained killer. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if Rick Lansing set it up that way.
Well, you shouldn't have bothered showing up, Sonny. As you've already been informed, you've been completely barred from getting anywhere near Jason today.
I'm not worried about that, Rick, because Diane's good at going over your head to over.
Well, that's not going to happen, not today. But let me ask you, how does it feel to know that your plan failed so miserably? Because as I see it, Jason's still in custody. Now
I didn't
count
plan
4 charges
an
of
escape
murder against him.
attempt, Rick. And if you weren't so full of yourself, you'd see the logic of the situation. Why would I set up my own men for Jason to take down?
We both know that you would sacrifice 20 men to get Jason back, and that's what you do in your business. You devour your own.
That wasn't me. But if we're talking likely suspects, then I can see why you would think it was me. With a camera roll.
What the hell happened here?
What are you doing here?
I'm preparing a motion to have Sam taken off the witness list.
Well, unless Diane Mailer's appointed you co-counsel, you're not on the Morgan case.
I'm Sam's attorney, which makes me a part of this case. And if this chaos is any indication of the mess that you've made, it looks like I'm going to be around for a while.
So Elizabeth had absolutely nothing to do with my decision. I broke up with Jason because I decided to be my own best friend for a change. My needs weren't being met, and I am totally convinced that Jason was only staying with me out of a sense of obligation. So, naturally, where do you go from there?
But don't you still love him?
Yes. Sure. And it's really hard letting go, especially looking at that TV. The first thing I want to do is go over there and help him, and the truth is, he wouldn't take it. He would rather have Carly's support or Elizabeth's, apparently.
Yeah, what's going on with you two? When I walked in here, the tension was so thick I had to wade through it.
Well, aside from the fact that Elizabeth is an irritating prig, she and Jason have a special kind of relationship. Sort of like with Carly, and, you know, it just got to be enough.
Say no more. If anyone understands how hateable Elizabeth is, it's me. She used to tear into me from her high moral perch, telling me what a horrible person I was for using Lucky, but she doesn't even really love Lucky. She just wants an in-house daddy for her kids. But please benefit from my experience. No matter how much you want Elizabeth to suffer, cut your losses and run into whatever comes next, because once Elizabeth pulls that sympathy card, man, she can't be beat.
Well, don't be so sure.
Any kind of specific payback in mind?
Well, it's just, you know, I know things Elizabeth would do anything to keep secret. And I wouldn't mind blowing her perfect little world all to hell.
Graham, Lucky wasn't even outside when the shooting started. He's fine. Okay, I'm calling because I wanted to see how your day was going with Cameron. Oh, good. Well, okay. Well, I'm home if you need me. All right. I love you too. Bye. Well, that was a terrifying reminder as to why we can never be with your real daddy. Because no matter how much Jason loves you, his life is just too dangerous. Come here.
You almost killed Jason.
What are you doing?
I am gonna do what I should have done a long time ago. I'm turning you in.
That would be the very last mistake you make.
Okay, I am trying to be an adult about this quasi-incestuous relationship with my mother and your father, but I'm sorry, it's a little bizarre for me.
I totally agree.
I mean, gross out factor aside, they don't even know each other. This person that my mom is trying to make into Eli Love isn't even Noah. It's just some sort of nebulous idea. Some parts Noah, some parts Eli.
Okay, so that's why I think my dad is the key here. He is who he is. Now, as soon as this whole rock star fantasy thing is over, your mom is going to wake up to my grumpy father and basically repel out of the room using the sheets.
Okay, but what if she doesn't? What if she decides to stick around? Can you imagine how awkward?
God, then it's our fault that they're standing side by side making small talk, trying not to look at each other in her eye at dinner and family occasions.
Really? So does that mean you want to be with me forever?
Okay, try not to kick me when I'm down.
Okay, maybe we need to take a step back and not give in to exaggerated fears. Your dad didn't actually confirm sleeping with my mother. And the more that I think about it, she wouldn't do that.
No?
No, I mean, she has a thing for Eli Love, not Noah.
Yes, but your mother is teaching my father to be Eli Love. Teaching him to sing like him, dance like him, move like him, party like him. And an affair would explain my father's recent attitude change. Nothing loosens a guy up like new love or sex.
This is a disaster, okay? Not only did my mother grow up to be a groupie, she's grouping your father. Will you please just make it stop?
I have to go. There is lots to do.
Okay, what's your game plan?
Well, first I have to nip this media circus in the bud by petitioning the court for a continuance and change of venue. After that debacle, there's no way we are going to get a fair trial in Port Charles. So I'm thinking Manhattan. Jurors in Manhattan don't even blink at, shall we say, complicated cases.
I'm telling you, I'm on the list of people that can go in this team, okay? Go talk to your chief.
Diane. Looks like Max is probably getting in. Can you help him?
You hang in there.
I need you to call him. Listen, get somebody else up here, all right?
Officer, is there a problem?
Not as far as I'm concerned. No visitors means no visitors.
Yes, well, this man is here to assist me in preparation for my case.
Oh, I don't care. It's okay. Mr. Giambetti can sue prisoner.
Thank you.
Well, well, well. Support sometimes comes from the most unexpected sources.
Don't get used to it.
It was one hairy transfer. Glad you're okay. Yeah, me too. Why'd you need to see me?
Rick wouldn't let Sonny in here, but he wants you to be aware. Okay, our tail and Sam checked in. He spotted Elizabeth going into Sam's TV station. He followed her in, heard a pretty heated exchange.
Do I even want to know?
It's not good. You know, Elizabeth seems convinced that Sam's going to use her testimony to get back at you.
Instead of blowing what could very well be your last chance to see your good friend Jason, I suggest you adopt a civil tone and tell me all about this shooting you claim I orchestrated.
Our deal was for you to rescue Jason, not have him killed.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? 3 snipers opened fire on Jason in front of the police station in the exact spot you were standing not 2 hours ago. Obviously planning something. Why did I trust you? I should have known better.
I have nothing to do with this shooting. You see, breaking Jason out of custody would be an exercise in navel-gazing. Jason would never trust me, or if he did, he'd be gone for good, which would win me your hostility and not the gratitude and loyalty I so long for.
Why were you at the PCPD?
Because I was assuring myself that Jason wouldn't escape, because I've invested so much time in having him acquitted. There's a pretty sure bet who wants him free. So if this was a botched breakout attempt, I suggest you take out your frustrations on that ex-husband of yours, Sonny.
What happened here today proves that this undertaking is lethal, and there is absolutely no way that I'm going to let you drag Sam into this so she can get herself killed.
Nice tactic. Like the Alexis of all. Too bad it's not going to fly. My office is providing security for all the state's witnesses.
Forgive me if I don't find that very reassuring.
Sam is
How
not
many
a
men did
mob
you have guarding
enforcer
Jason?
who is up on charges for killing Lorenzo Alcazar. So your argument, dear, has no merit.
We'll see, dear.
I'm sure you've overheard. I'm going to be doubling security, so whatever attempt you want to break Jason out is done.
I don't care if you quadruple security. You're not going to stop me from making sure Jason's okay.
He is, Sonny. Jason's in conference with his lawyer. At least that's what I heard. After today's sudden outbreak of violence, the DA suspiciously kept me at arm's length.
Seems as though the dead shooters, they all have Venezuelan IDs.
Do you need a building to fall on you? It was for Alcazar. Even you should be able to get that by now, Rick.
DA Lansing, any comment on the bungled security attempt for Jason Morgan's transfer?
No comment.
Believe me, throwing cold water on our oversexed parents is something I could wholeheartedly get around. How do we do that without giving them the license to butt into our lives at any time they want? I mean, you saw the way my father reacted. He was stonewalled.
I can't even believe I said it. I mean, one minute I was thinking it, and the next it was just out there. And now, of course, because I said it, he's thinking about it.
What do we do?
A complete 180. Act like we don't even care. That way it takes the drama out of it, and they won't have to rebel.
We're dealing with our parents like a bunch of oversexed adolescents.
Yes, unfortunately, that's exactly what they are.
Okay, my dad, 12 o'clock. Hey, done for the day?
Hey, yeah, I'm actually going to see Anna. Do a little bit more rehearsing. We're actually going to do the part in Eli's show where he pulls an audience member up on stage, you know, and sings to him. So it should be fun.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Have a good time.
See you guys.
I need a drink.
This is war. It's either them or us.
One hell of a day. 3 men just tried to kill Jason while we were transferring back to lockup.
I know. I was at Sam's studio when the feed came in.
Then you know he's all right. What were you doing at Sam's studio?
Well, Sam had mentioned that she was being called as a witness for the prosecution, and, in Jason's trial, I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to use her testimony to get back at Jason.
Why is that your business?
won't take up much of your time. I just left Jason. He's fine. I thought you deserved to know.
Yeah, I didn't let myself worry too long. Jason has this gift for self-preservation.
Yeah. Well, I should be going, but if you need any help moving, just let me know.
Okay. Max, thank you. I mean, thank you for coming over like this. I've always appreciated how nice you were to me, and when you see Jason again, can you tell him that I'll be out of here in the next day or two, and I guess I'll just see him in court then?
Yeah, I heard Rick subpoenaed you. Look, I could have my head handed to me for this, but sometimes you have to go out on that limb. If there's any way that you can look past the breakup, I mean, while you're on the stand. Sam, I'm sorry. It's just, look, I'm worried about Jason. I guess he's really not yours to worry about anymore, is he?
Do you have any idea how bad this looks? My platform is law and order, and now we've got gunmen opening fire in front of the damn police station.
Relax. It's gonna work for you.
Don't try and spin this one,
It's
Lansing.
proof that Morgan is a killer, and it's gonna make you look a lot tougher on crime when I get a conviction.
I think I've heard that before. And since you're so connected to this particular defendant, I'm starting to think that maybe you should recuse yourself and let Special Prosecutor Baldwin take this
way.
case.
You cannot do that. Absolutely not. I am gonna be the one that puts Morgan away for life.
I just proved my point. You're too involved.
I'm motivated.
Okay, Lansing. I'll back you. But you better be right about this. I'm gonna be sitting there in that courthouse.
Oh, the law and order mayor is gonna supervise my work.
I want the public to credit me with Morgan's conviction. You see, they're gonna see me sitting there in the courtroom. They're gonna hear me giving updates during my press conferences. And the very second I start to doubt that you can get a win, I am gonna pull you out of there and put Baldwin in.
Is this as bad for Jason as I think it is?
Yes, it is. That's why I'm off to the courthouse now to petition for a continuance and change of venue.
Are you really? What coincidence. I'm going there as well. Why don't we take a nice walk together? Nice and friendly. But just so you know, I'm not allowing any delays.
I'll be back.
Hey.
Did you do this? Were you trying to break Jason out?
Hell no. If I had put this plan in motion, it would have been a different outcome. Jason would be long gone instead of sitting in a police station in more trouble than ever.
How'd you get in?
Oh, I twisted the DA's arm. I thought you might like an update. The 3 shooters ID'd as Venezuelan.
Figured as much.
Nice you can be so calm about men who tried to kill you. I assume they worked for Alcazar, wanting to avenge him. All they ended up doing was getting themselves killed and murdering that poor guard.
That never should have happened. Seemed like a decent guy, you know. He was telling me about how he was planning a vacation with his family.
I'd be dead too, if it wasn't for you. That's not the first time you've saved me.
Maybe you should find someplace less dangerous to do your TV show.
No, I have a better idea. I'm gonna keep you from going to jail.
Red or white?
Red. Do you realize how unhealthy this is, borderline dysfunctional, where we race home to get a bottle of wine so we can obliterate the image of our parents making out with each other? Where's my wine?
Right here.
Oh, good. I need a drink. Oh, that's so politically incorrect, isn't it?
We're not going to become overnight alcoholics just because our parents are dating.
They are, aren't they? My mom and your dad are dating.
They are, and there's nothing we can do about it, at least not tonight. So let's put this bottle of wine to better use. A toast to us, who we are, together, separate from our parents' insanity.
Here, here.
Another suggestion.
What?
I say we turn our phones to voicemail, go to the kitchen, prepare a meal with whatever is in there, have a nice, slow, leisurely meal where we talk about anything but your mother, my father, and Eli Love. We'll open up the skylight, catch a breeze off the harbor, have dinner by the window and watch the sun go down. Leave the cleanup for tomorrow morning and go straight to bed.
Do you realize that you have single-handedly managed to salvage this day for me?
Well, I have ulterior motives. I miss you.
It's the downside of working together. We're either caught up with a patient or hospital politics. We bring it home, me as much as you, and it cuts into what should be our time together.
Yes, but not tonight.
No, not tonight. What about dinner?
Dinner doesn't have to be ready till sunset. You look beautiful by candlelight.
At least Jason's okay. I mean, you should have heard the shots. They were bad.
You were here?
Yeah, I was here. I wanted to come out and make sure he was okay, but at the same time, I was terrified to open the door.
Well, I got here pretty fast. You were nowhere to be
I
found.
went home to check on the boys and make sure they were okay, in case this was bigger than the PCPD.
Thank God it wasn't.
Yeah. I'm starting to really worry that they're going to get a conviction, and there's not going to be another time to set him free.
Hey,
Hi.
I need your signature.
My signature? What for?
I'm going to put in a formal request to the judge, and with any luck, you won't have to answer to Rick's subpoena to testify.
Wow. On what grounds?
Well, obviously, the two of you weren't married, but you did live together for 3 years. So I'm going to argue that palimony status should entitle you to spousal privileges.
Impressive. Really. I thank you for your concern. I am grateful, but I will not need these papers. Here, take it. I fully intend to testify at Jason's trial. I'm going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It's obvious that Sam blames me for her breakup with Jason. I wanted to confront her so she could take her anger out on me instead of using her testimony to lash out at him.
Why is it your job to protect him?
He saved our son. I owe him a favor.
How far would you go?
What do you mean?
Would you maybe slant your testimony to protect Jason?
I am not going to manipulate my testimony. I intend on telling the truth. That Jason was with me at the hospital the day Alcazar disappeared. He got a phone call. Who it was from, I don't know.
You never told me any of that before.
Well, it wasn't really worth mentioning. Jason came by to see me and the baby. He got a phone call and then he left. That was it.
Come on, Elizabeth, you're not that naive. You have to realize that you were there when Jason got the call to kill Alcazar.
I'm glad that you weren't hurt. No offense, I didn't set out to save you. I was actually just trying to save myself, so I would really appreciate you not doing any kind of news feature on my case.
I get that you're a very private person, but you don't understand the true power of the media. I do. And I'm going to use it to save you, whether you like it or not.
Your Honor, the chaos caused by the district attorney's bungled transfer of my client has disrupted my trial preparation and severely undermined Jason Morgan's ability to receive a fair trial, which is his constitutional right in Port Charles.
That is ridiculous.
The PCPD was crawling with media when the transfer was attempted. No doubt there at the invitation of the esteemed district attorney. Now, Jason Morgan should not be made to suffer because of Rick Lansing's shameless grab for media attention, which backfired in his face. And make no mistake, it has. The television coverage of my client's actions could severely prejudice potential jurors, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this is defense just trying to buy time. Now, look, I will admit that there's the possibility that Mr. Morgan's business partner did not try to break him out, although that is highly unlikely.
The possibility?
Yes.
Your Honor, the gunmen were Venezuelan. The alleged victim is Venezuelan. Now, if that doesn't sound like a misguided revenge plot, then I don't know what does.
I'm not going to deny that Mr. Morgan has a slew of enemies, but he is also an established flight risk. And I do not want to delay this trial any longer and give Mr. Morgan's business partner the opportunity to attempt to break out.
Why would a reputable businessman like Michael
Reputable businessmen are flying out all the time, Your Honor.
I've heard enough. It's clear to the court these proceedings come with an element of danger. I'm prepared to close the trial to spectators and media, but that's as far as I intend to go. Ms. Miller, your motions are denied. Jason Morgan's trial begins tomorrow as scheduled. See you in court.
Case number 56446-AG12. The people of the state of New York versus Jason Morgan is now in session.